Ladies, gentlemen, welcome to another episode of GTA Online Hot Takes, the show where we take your hottest takes and then see how much I agree or disagree with them. Let's get right into it. I think the level requirements for some weapons should be raised due to how quickly you can level up in the game now. Level 120 for a minigun seems a bit low. I'm gonna give this one a hard disagree. If there's something that it takes the longest within this game, it's ranking up. If there's something that Rockstar should look into to buff, it's actually RP gains, because generally speaking, and I speak from experience here, that as soon as you hit like rank 30 or whatever like that, you can literally have every single business in the game. You can do Hyper Rico and the whole 9 yards. And that's the rank 30. After like what, 10 hours of playing, you can literally set yourself up with a Hyper Rico heist and start making heaps of money. Whereas ranking up is significantly more difficult, because the better methods of ranking up are either doing the CEO crates and especially races, but good luck doing any race wins when you don't have a, upgraded car. Whereas something like crates, I mean, it's a ability, a thing that you can do, but you really want to do crates. Generally speaking, the better methods of ranking up are just not that quick, really. They just take way too long, especially if you compare it to money. So leaving that minigun at rank 120, I might even be inclined to say just get rid of the level requirements to begin with and have like a buy it now versus ranking up price. I mean, kind of the same thing like we have with the vehicle upgrades. Either win this amount of races, or I guess in the case of like minigun, win this amount of death matches, or wait until you're a certain rank. That might make a whole lot more sense, rather than having people suffer through 120 ranks just to get a minigun that they could get an alternative version of, which they probably already did anyways when they were rank 1. Continuing on with the trend we started with the previous comments, some old/new DLC vehicles and guns should be level gated. For example, you can only buy the Oppressor II at level 120, the Orbital Cannon at 200, and so on. Or something similar, you have to sell 10 million in the nightclub to unlock the Oppressor, make 10 million with Doomsday to unlock the Orbital Cannon, etc, etc. While I like the idea, if you're gonna do this now, you're gonna have the exact same problem that we're going to be having with the nerf to the Oppressor II. I'm saying nerf, really, because like 8 million bucks is only going to affect those who don't have the vehicle yet, and this stuff is going to be the exact same thing. Level gating stuff between 120, especially with the RP gains that are as poor as they are, like I mentioned in the previous comment, I don't think it's entirely a good idea. Gating stuff behind levels and doing certain activities to unlock it and unlock the right kind of things, I'm personally kind of a fan of, because it gives people a goal to go for. However, it has to be done when the vehicle is releasing. So if you're going to be doing that stuff for stuff that is actually powerful and people are going to be desired, and do it with newer vehicles, then yeah, sure. If they would have done this with the Oppressor II, then fair enough. But I think most people that have the Oppressor II just simply went out to straight up buy everything, splashed the 5 million bucks, and then decided to go about their way. Fortnite does the live service model better than any other game on the market today, and is more accessible to inexperienced users. It encourages people to play with their friends. Rockstar could learn a lot from Fortnite for GTA. Yes, I'm inclined to say that Fortnite probably has the best live service model out there, and I'm a big fan in how they continuously have always something different in there. They always have a very accessible way of doing your battle pass and stuff like that. They even have catch-up mechanics if you don't play for a little while. Like for example, if you haven't played the game for a little while, you get like some more XP, so you can basically never really feel like you have to be on the game every single day to make sure that you have that battle pass completed at the end of the season. Heck, I believe in the last week or two, they even just have like permanent double XP, so you can just finish your battle pass if you wish to do so. Rockstar undoubtedly has a lot to learn with live service, but as for the last few months, it seems that they're trying to take active steps to listen more to the community and some kind of more quality of life stuff. But most, or at least some people, will feel like this quality of life stuff is really only there to kind of make the seem the game is more alive than it actually is, and just kind of covers up the lack of DLCs that we are getting. Instead of charging $8 million for the Oppressor II, they should have given players who bought a pre-patch back at least 55% of the money spent On the Mark II, based solely on how bad they butchered the homing capabilities. I'm strictly talking PvE, not PvE. No. I'm gonna give this one a disagree. I'm sorry, but like 55% of your money back because something got nerfed, that's just not realistic. Like, stuff is always going to change. Like, just because like they changed the Kuiper Recoil heist, do you suddenly want to be paid double because it takes a little bit more effort now? That's not how it works, my man. Like, I get it from a PvE perspective that, you know, obviously it was butchered there too, but like, you already bought the Oppressor Mark II for the original price years ago, and you've been using it for years, and just because they finally decided to patch it, now you want half your money back? That doesn't make any sense, dude. Like, come on now. Nah, I'm sorry. GTA 6 is going to have its own version of GTA Plus, except normal functions that every player should have. Want to spin the daily wheel? Pay Rockstar monthly. Want to skip that annoying cutscene that plays every time you start the heist? Pay Rockstar monthly. I think this is rather sinister. I would be inclined to say that definitely there's going to be some form of GTA Online Plus in GTA 6, especially because they know with how well it works, and especially because they have seen how much money they are making with it. I think that Rockstar has been exploring every single monetization option within the game that is possible, and every single one of them has also seemingly succeeded. So yeah, there you go. That's a good one for you. But I'd like to think that Rockstar will balance it in a semi-decent way. GTA Plus for the most part has been alright, especially with like the bonuses seemingly just be like a nice to have rather than like, oh my god, I need to have this. So that's you know, pretty nice. It's perfectly fine for GTA Online to move forward solo-oriented gameplay, especially on PC with all the ass claps running around. It's kind of like Animal Crossing, a single-player game that you can invite your friend over to play with. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't think that's a bad thing, especially for those folks on PC, that you just can, you know, do everything in the solo gameplay, it's type of environment. I think there should always be an option to play solo, but there should always be a reward for playing with more people. Like, it shouldn't be that, you know, I've done a whole video on this, but anyways, TLDR, so playing solo is fine. Playing with more people is better. Reward those who choose to engage in a multiplayer game with more people, and those who want to play solo definitely should have an option to do so, but shouldn't be punished for doing so. GTA 6 should not have a heavy weapons category. No RPG, homing missiles, launchers, railgun, and definitely no minigun. There's not a universe where a small-time criminal would have any of those, and also, if it were going to be a destructive map, those weapons would be too easy to tear everything down. They're already OP in their current state in GTA 5, and I'd hate for GTA 6 to be the same explosive and sniper meta that we have right now. So I think he's primarily just talking about online here. I think that if there's one thing you're going to be having in the next GTA game, it's an RPG, just any form of like launcher, and definitely also a minigun. I don't think there's been any GTA game where we didn't have any of those type of weapons, so you can probably forget that. Well, we didn't have a minigun in GTA 4. So I guess maybe go play that one. I'd be inclined to agree though that I think it would be cool that if GTA 6 were to go like a route where you can only carry like a certain amount of weapons, so that you would have to like make a selection. I think that'd be a nice compromise, right? That if you want to use the RPG, you wouldn't, for example, be able to have like a sniper rifle, right? So you have to make an option, like I'm gonna take these 2 long-range weapons and 2 pistols or whatever, like you have in Red Dead Redemption 2. I think that would be a pretty nice way, a nice evolution of the GTA games. Interesting to hear what you guys think actually in the comments about that one. UOP in GTA 5 is a spit of shame to UOP in GTA 4. Yeah, there's no doubt. GTA 4's UOP was superior and vastly cooler than the one in GTA 5. Like, it just kind of was a bit of a chump compared to the man who seemed to be in control of everything within GTA 4. Very, very good character in GTA 4. Very much enjoyed him. Liked his vibe. It was nice to see him back in the Criminal Enterprises, but would have liked to see some more cutscenes of him rather than only the voice. The Santos Car Meet is one of the most underappreciated additions to the game. Good progression system with reputation levels, especially compared to Arena. Decent variety of stuff to do, having car meets, trying out new cars, surprise rides, or just simply messing around on a track. For me, probably the best social space in the game. Just a shame no one really uses it anymore. Yeah, agreed. The Los Santos Car Meet is definitely one of the better additions to the game. It's a very cool place to be, especially if you're really into cars and stuff. There's always something new going on every week as well, which is cool, but generally speaking, when it comes to the progression system, I think there's still a lot to be done with it. Like, it's better than Arena, I would give you that, but yeah, other than the fact that you can just simply sit there AFK the entire time, it has not a whole lot going for it, especially with how many ranks they are and some of the unlocks that are much later. It's like, ooh, you know, free roam missions are so boring. Go to a place, kill some enemies, pick up the item and deliver it while shooting some guys on the way. I guess you figured out the GTA Online mission formula. Because, I mean, that's been most of what GTA missions have been in the longest time. I think single player obviously does it a lot better because there's a lot more can be done for it because it's a more, you know, condensed environment, if you will. But yeah, I think an evolution, like some more innovations on that field would be nice to see. Maybe not even in GTA Online anymore, because, you know, they kind of stick with the same formula, but especially in the later game that we are so desperately waiting for, it would be nice to see some innovation in that department for sure. GTA Online is only a grind if you don't know how to play. True. Yeah, I mean, really, GTA Online's grind, like mentioned before, is really just get a Kai Perico heist going, do some passive businesses, and that's pretty much it. I don't really grind the game, I just do my time trials, and that's it. I have plenty of money. Also, you don't really have to grind the game when the DLC comes out every 6 months. GTA Online shark cars are one of the better methods of microtransactions alongside the free DLCs. Doesn't separate the player base, things are obtainable without purchasing shark cards. You can pick and choose what you want from each DLC and not purchase a whole DLC and just use 2% of what that DLC provides. Always said this, always will keep saying it, shark cards are this really nice optional thing. The DLCs are free, you can earn all the cars and everything that you desire relatively easily, and if you don't want to do so, the shark cards are there for you to spend way too much money on. I think shark cards in general are just really this, like, you know, here the shark cards, you know, it's one of those typical shark cards are bad, and it's kind of like, well, you don't look at the bigger picture. And there you have it. That was it for this Hot Takes episode. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave it a like, subscribe for more, and if you like what you see on the channel, become a member, like Chloe, GTA Plus, and Stefan. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all later.